one thing I've been doing recently is I've been going on these kind of early morning walks, and the way that I've been doing it is I have this one point on my walk where there's like a sea of commuters and I'm the one person going this way, the opposite direction. And what I do sometimes, man, I don't always feel like doing this, but I kind of keep my head up and I kind of just take in that energy. It's not always pleasant. I actually feel a little bit gross after a lot of the time. But I notice something about the way that we are, and I can't help but pick up on how we tend to worry in the morning. But what's so interesting for me, man, is as I'm going on my walk, I often hit the point where my consciousness is increasing and opening up a little bit, and I'm no longer here, but I'm witnessing projections of myself, other people, still here. And I can't help but feel something, and this is what I feel. It's a feeling which only comes from having achieved a certain elevation point, a certain consciousness. And that feeling is interesting. We don't actually need to be in the mind as much. Maybe you've had this before, man, where you happen to be in a slightly more conscious state than the people around you, and you can kind of like look up and see things, and you notice that people are in their minds. You can really see yourself in them when you're in your mind, but you notice you don't need to. It's not necessary. But of course, then what will probably come into your mind is, oh, right, but it's by design. The intelligence that has gone into the design is perfect. So in this sense, you see people and you're like, oh, no, they're meant to be in their heads. Or if you can see yourself, you're like, oh, no, I'm meant to be in my head. I'm meant to be a human. I'm meant to be stuck in egoic thinking, just endlessly, always thinking about myself. So this is where you can come to appreciate design more. Design of the universe, design of consciousness. It's definitely more advanced, but yeah, so these are the kind of musings and contemplations that I have, man, when I'm on my walks. And what's so interesting is I've spent most of my life being that person in their head, head down, you know, I just spent all my teenage years just self-conscious, you know, earphones in. Now, man, I generally have my earphones out, not always, but sometimes. I still totally observe myself, my mind kicking in, and just doing its normal thing. As I said earlier, man, it's by design. You're meant to think, if you know what I mean. But that's a spiritual observation, because before you're trying to always, stop thinking. But yeah, the more zoomed out you become, the more conscious you become, the more you just come to be in yourself, the more you allow your own process to be. Wow, I never truly need to be in my mind. When I'm in my mind, what I'm doing there isn't actually necessary, not really, because what you'll notice, man, the more spiritual work you do is you do actually just exist. You do actually just be. That's a really obscure one, I'll be honest, because it really feels like we need to think to stay alive, because what we're keeping alive, of course, is our egos, and that is fueled by thought, as you know. So yeah, man, this is about spiritual wizardry, consciousness, self-observation, and self-reflection. What I'm doing now, man, is like a journaling / active self-reflection, where I'm processing how, yeah, I don't need to be in my mind, and nor do you.